Is the northeast of India a strategic vulnerability or an opportunity waiting to be harnessed? How serious is the Modi Sarkar when it says we have an Act East policy? Joining us now at the India Today Conclave East to talk about the government's plans for his region, a very passionate crusader from the northeastern states, arguably now the most visible and prominent face from the northeast in Delhi. The super fit, he's working towards trying to get a six-pack ab. I just asked him walking in, you've lost a lot of weight. Are you trying for a six-pack ab? And I said that, in jest. He says, yeah, why not? So that's interesting. Is he working as hard on nursing the northeast as he is on trying to get his six-pack ab? Welcome, Minister Rijiju. It's great to have you with us at the India Today Conclave East. I want to begin by asking you about your government's Act East policy. Do you believe that the Northeast is a strategic vulnerability, given the fact that it is ringed by China sitting on our heads? Or do you believe this is an opportunity waiting to be harnessed?
I believe that all the governments have done some good things for the East India, for the Northeast India. We can't really blame any particular government. But it is the question of how you approach towards that. Presently, we are living in a very exciting moment. This is a very exciting period of our history when India is looking forward to occupy a very important position in the Community of Nations. Some may say that India is aspiring to become a superpower. Why not? We have the potential to become. But unless the Eastern India and the Northeast India do not get into that particular mode, then the dream of making India a superpower will never happen. That is why in the very beginning of our government, Prime Minister has turned the Look East into Act East policy, because I believe that the Look East policy was totally bereft of action. We were looking at the East. We had the policy, but there was completely lacking in terms of action. That is why it has been turned into Act East policy.
In the past 3 years, what do you think are your biggest achievements when it comes to the northeastern region? And when I say this, I ask you about projects that you have got started, not those that were started by the UPA and inaugurated by you.
There are so many things, but to be very precise on the question which you have put, I being the in-charge minister for the security, for the border management, for immigration, so many things which are directly connected with the northeastern India, we have identified so many pockets within northeastern India to open up with the neighboring countries. Now let me just give a global perspective. When you look at the world map, where India is located, and when you look at the geopolitics and the geography of the entire area, Northeast occupies a very important, crucial position. The entire Southeast Asia actually begins from Northeast India. The contiguity of the entire geographical area, we are unable to harness that potential which we have. Northeast as a region has 2% land connected with the rest of the country and 98% with the rest of the neighboring countries. So I used to tell my people that let this kind of geographic isolation not become a syndrome for us where we forever remain in isolation. So we should not become a prisoner of our own frontiers.
No, so what you're giving us is a background and perspective.
No, that is important unless you understand.
What have you done so far about it?
If you don't understand that, how will you have a correct kind of a policy? If you understand the background, if you understand the total perspective of the entire plan, then the entire project which you're talking about is meaningless. That is why we have identified some of the important pockets, except the border with China where we have a problem. Myanmar, Bangladesh, Bhutan, all the three countries, excellent relationship we have. The regimes there are having a best of relation with us. So we have identified the border trade. We have relaxed so many things along the borderline, because whatever happens in Kolkata or Delhi has nothing to do with the people who reside along the borderline. Their life depends on what happens exactly opposite of the border. That is why unless you bring along the change in our policy vis-a-vis the neighboring countries, linking the economic activities, various other things, then the life of the border people will never change. After that, you start with the infrastructure project. You start with the schemes of the government of India to enhance the life quality of the people of those border areas. There are too many things I cannot say in a very short span of time, but understanding that the need of these people, we have started this border management, border area development program. We have enhanced the capacity, we have enhanced the budget, and the connectivity to those people are going at the fast track. I'm sure some of the people must have spoken about it, but to mention it, including the ICP, the integrated checkpost, which I inaugurated one in Agartala, the More one, which is likely to be inaugurated in a couple of months' time. These kind of ICP, border huts, customs along the border lines, these are to open up our border frontiers with the neighboring countries. There are so many things I'll touch upon if you ask.
You mentioned the 300-pound gorilla in the room, China. Do you think your government's policy on China has been a failure? Would that be fair to say so? Because you started very rara, hoping to be able to win over the Chinese with your economic diplomacy, and very soon ran into a dogged Great Wall in China.
No, you can't term it that way. We have a good relationship with China. The problem along the borderline, it is not the creation during our time. It is a long pending issue. The border is not delineated. There are talks going on. So I don't want to put extra spin into that by commenting on what happens there. But my point is, we have no problem with any of the neighboring countries. In terms of trade relationship, in terms of political relationship, in terms of cultural relationship, people-to-people contact, it's going on. What I'm saying is, since the Indo-China border along McMahon line in Arunachal segment is undefined, so the border huts, ICP, and this kind of communication has been stopped since 1962. Besides that, all other border frontiers are being looked into properly, and the things are happening at fast pace.
As this government's most visible face from Arunachal Pradesh, what do you think is the thinking in China when it comes to India? And how do you believe India should be countering that?
No, I told you, I don't want to make too much controversy about it, especially when I say something, it becomes controversial because of the background, because of so many things I'm linked to it. So I don't want to make comment on that front, but I can say that we believe in very friendly, neighborly relationship. We don't want to wreck up any issue to create turmoil in our political frontiers. But at the same time, the issue remains. For that, resolution of the issue will be there. It will take time. It may take longer time. I can make a comment here, but I can't define the nature of the relationship, nor I can tell you about their mindset, what they think about us. I can't define more about
this question is important because you're speaking, for example, about enhancing bilateral trade with Myanmar, which is about $2 billion last year. How do you do this given how much influence China wields in their army, their economy, their system of governance? You've got a real problem because China would not want any of these countries to really open up with India.
No, China never says that. Every country has the right to advance its own interests by getting into investment, getting into so many projects. These are very general things. See, it's not a question of rivalry or a competition. It is a natural aspect of the thing that every country would like to project the interests of the nation. My point is, the eastern part was totally overlooked, or you can say underlooked. When I went to Myanmar in August this year, you know, we have the third largest Indian diaspora in Myanmar. After Nepal, then United States, and third largest is Myanmar. They are not recognized. We don't have a direct flight from Rangoon to Kolkata it used to have. It's pathetic. Then the huge Indian community there met me. Then I promised them I will look into it. The next, when Prime Minister went, by that time I had everything made ready. All this OCI card, other things. We had done the homework, and Prime Minister went and made the announcement, and they're happy. That's how we use our, proxy power, our diaspora. That is the strength of us. More than 2 million Indian diaspora living in Myanmar. This is a huge potential for us. So entire Southeast Asia, including Bangladesh, from Bangladesh onward, you see huge Indian community in Singapore, in Malaysia, in Thailand, right up to Philippines. Not to talk about the Far East, the 3 big economic power of the Far East. This belt is happening. That is how India is integrated itself into this most happening place on the planet. And this is why the Act East policy will be very, very crucial in transforming India's image and to fulfill the quest to make India a superpower.
Like China has a policy of encircling India by creating, full ring around India, do you believe India should pay back in the same currency by trying to at least economically encircle China by allying with countries which are friendly with us? And are we already heading in that direction? Is that something that you're willing to publicly acknowledge?
No, let us not talk in terms of encircling each other. In the military parlance, you may call it the string of pearls, you may call it many names. I am not looking things from that angle. As many of our previous leaders also have stated that there are enough space for both India and China to work together and coexist peacefully. So I think that the manner in which we are progressing, our Prime Minister has been very successful in dealing with the issue.
I'm just curious on a personal note, have you changed your views on China, or because you're Minister of State for Home, so you've been told not to speak much on China?
See, you have to understand that when I speak for the government. I cannot just, make any kind of a flattery kind of a statement here, nor very intimidating statement here. I cannot do that. I have to speak what is the fact and what is the intention of the government and what I believe that India at present circumstances is approaching and adopting a correct policy which India should have done long time back.
The one question which was a lot in the news very recently was of the strategic vulnerability of the Northeast because of what's called the chicken's neck, the Siliguri Corridor, especially at the time of the Doklam crisis. Now that mercifully that crisis is temporarily over, the incursions may have increased, but there is no immediate eyeball-to-eyeball confrontation. What are your government's plans on trying to work on overcoming that strategic vulnerability? Because linked to that is the fate of the Northeast in terms of connectivity.
See, these are certain things which cannot be discussed in open platform. There are certain strategic issues which are discussed in the four corners of the planning groups who look after the security angle. What I want to make a clear, very, very plain and clear statement is, we are not aggressive towards anybody, but we are firm in defending our interest. Why to provoke somebody? But at the same time, we will not give in to anything which concedes our national interest. We are very clear. Prime Minister has made things very amply clear that we are not too small to be cowed down by anybody's action, or we are not kind of a power that we will intimidate even the smaller neighbors. We believe everybody is equal, and we believe in peaceful coexistence.
You're Minister of State for Home, you're also a BJP leader now. This morning we had a session on saffron rising in the East. And the one thing that was said by opposition leaders is that where you're not being able to win elections democratically, you jump in through the side window. For example, in Manipur, you win 21, the Congress wins 28, yet you form the government. In Arunachal, nobody gets elected to the BJP, yet magically halfway down the road there becomes a BJP government. Is that even right in a democratic setup?
See, first of all, when I won the election, I'm the only person who won the election on BJP ticket besides the state of Assam. Or Panchayat members, MLAs, ministers, chief ministers, everybody worked against me. But I made all other candidates forfeit their security. How did I win? It's not by backdoor entry. If some people join a party like BJP...
42 of them, all of them. How do you win them?
You should congratulate me for that. What is wrong in that? If somebody has liked BJP, if somebody wants to merge with BJP, it's most welcome. See,
should I congratulate you or question you? Is this not rank political opportunism?
what is opportunism about if somebody joins your party?
You win. Come on, 1 second. What is opportunism, you ask? You win an election on a Congress ticket, en masse you defect all the MLAs, get them to join the BJP, and you say this is not opportunism, you should be congratulated.
You mean to say that in democracy people should not change their mind? If people in Bengal they have been voting for left, how did they change for Trinamool Congress?
Because it happened at the hustings, it happened at an election minister.
So if people change, if the voters change their mind, why not the legislators also? It's the same we are part of the same system.
I'm sorry. In which case, let's dissolve the process of having elections. Minister Rijiju can get all the other remaining...
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I am not getting anybody by force. If somebody changes his mind, how can I stop that?
No, 1 second. There is the CBI, there is a suicide, there is a note. That note leaves multiple hints about what may be happening, and then there is a mass defection. You know, you're not PC Sarkar. We may be in Kolkata, but you're not a magician.
See,
if you want to win a state, win it fair and square, win it in an election.
When there is election, the result will come and everybody is there to see it. My point is, suppose in Goa or in Manipur, the verdict is there. If the Congress is unable to form the government, do you mean to say that there should be no government? We are fighting election to form the government. If the other party is not capable of forming the government, why shouldn't we form the government?
Therein lies the stupidity of the Congress, but that doesn't justify the means used by you. The Congress may have been sleeping.
Okay, you tell me anything wrong means we have adopted to form the government. You tell me that if there is any horse trading, if there's any threat, coercion, anything done under duress, nothing. So, if you have any proof that something has been done undemocratically or wrongly, then you tell me, point out that this is the thing. If people have voluntarily joined or supported BJP, how can you prevent them from doing that?
No, is this why when the Northeast Democratic Alliance was formed, initially Himanta Biswa Sarma and Amit Shah said there are 5 chief ministers here, but by the next NEDA meeting, all 8 chief ministers will be here. So you already knew that all 3 who are not your chief ministers will also come and join you.
Because we are confident that the way and the manner in which our government is performing, people of Northeast are going to vote for BJP. We are confident about that. That is why we claim. Do you fight election not to win?
And even if they don't vote for you, you will find some way of entering through the back door.
It's not question of, defection or not question of, forming the government after post-election. It is the decision of the electorates and the decision of the legislators. Until or unless it is not unconstitutional, you can't question.
No, but you saw what the Supreme Court said about what happened in Arunachal and Uttarakhand on the issue of whether this was constitutional or not. It was deemed unconstitutional by the Supreme Court.
Then MLAs again joined after that. After Supreme Court ruling also, the MLAs said that, okay, Supreme Court has given a verdict, but it cannot stop us from doing whatever we want to do. So they joined again.
So what is this magical formula?
It is not a magic.
It's some magical. You see,
the only magic is our performance and good governance. That is the magic.
That people who fight initially on a Congress ticket then come and join.
But since 1947, if the Congress party has not been able to connect most of the villages with basic roads, if the Congress party has failed to provide the basic need of the people, if you go to the border area of Bangladesh, you find Bangladesh network working, not Indian telecom network. If you go to Myanmar, you are watching the Myanmar television channel, not Indian channel. Should people still salute Congress party and vote for them? They've not done anything.
Let people decide that in an
election.
That's
what I'm saying. I am people's representative. I have come to the political platform winning the confidence of the people. I know the mindset of the people. I'm telling you confidently, in next election also, BJP will come to power in whatever form, whether you call it legal or illegal. I believe until or unless you prove it that we have done something which is illegal, then you can't justify your question.
No, because we're sitting in Kolkata. This question is now relevant in the context of a gentleman called Mukul Roy who recently joined your party. Till the time he's in the opposition, he's corrupt. Once he joins your party, he becomes kosher.
In politics, there are accusations and counter-accusations.
Accusations leveled by you.
What I'm saying is, I will accuse, and it is the media who can diffuse it. But until or unless the court decide, you can't say that he's a corrupt.
You said he's corrupt.
I can say because if I'm a political opponent and I feel something is not right, I will say it's wrong.
Now you feel he's right.
I'm not saying it.
You know, I don't know who it was. I think it was Ajay Makan who said you have a fair and lovely cream. You know, that they are all tarred and untouchable if they're in the opposition. That's your strategy in the Northeast.
This kind of superficial, undesirable comments are reserved for Rahul Gandhi, not for us. I don't pass these fair and lovely comments.
No, you won't pass it because the comment is on you.
No, but I did not make this comment. I did not pass this comment. I did not Ajay Makan. This is Rahul Gandhi had passed this comment in Parliament. He made a speech in context to the budget presentation, and he made this remark of fair and lovely. These are not a serious remark, and I don't take serious to that also.
But you're a young politician.
I'm not that young.
No, but you look very young.
Maybe I remain fit. That is why I look young. I'm very deceptive.
I must ask you this, Minister, because you're also now a Twitter social media sensation. You put out these videos which our young producers bring to us and say, look at the number of pull-ups he's doing and stuff. How do you find time for this?
See, time is something which you have to manage. Like for today, I have visited so many places. In the morning, I was in Dibrugarh, then I went to Myanmar border. I was there in a very big festival. Then I came to Guwahati. Now I'm in Kolkata. And night, I'm flying to Mumbai. And tomorrow there is 26/11 anniversary, which I have to attend. There are 3 functions. I don't have time.
You worked out, you didn't work out today?
I work out wherever there is opportunity for me. I just need 30 minutes. Working out is not only for your physical need or fitness. It is very important for your mental level fitness also. And if you are fit, if you are mentally sound, it helps in enhancing your performance. I just tell younger people, stay away from alcohol, stay away from drugs, be fit, don't get into gambling, do good things. People think that a politician means, they are not physically fit and all. The time is changing. We have to move with the time.
Who else do you think? So if there's a fitness contest, which other Neta? And don't take Rajyavardhan Rathor's name because
my Prime Minister is the fittest in today's time.
ऐसे थोड़ी boss को खुश करने के लिए कुछ भी बोल रहा है.
You don't know anything about my Prime Minister.
How many pull-ups can he do? Fitness is nothing to do with pull-ups and push-downs. Fitness is at various stages. The kind of yoga the Honorable Prime Minister does, the kind of fitness level he maintains, you should learn more about his lifestyle. Then you will be amazed. I can't imagine anybody in this present context who is fitter than him. The fittest politician, according to you, is Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Who's number 2?
We can't number in terms of fitness. I mean, this is
No, you see others. I know that Rajyavardhan Singh Rathor works out with
Rathor is a good friend of mine.
Who's fitter, he or you?
That I'll show you when we 3 of us come together.
Interesting. You're taking up a fitness challenge already. That's going to happen at Agenda Aaj Tak next week. So if you want to catch, how many push-ups do you think you can do?
I don't want to disclose it because tomorrow...
Rathor will know then.
No, there are so many young people sitting here. Why should I embarrass them by telling the numbers?
You'll embarrass them. Confidence हो तो ऐसा. वरना confidence ना हो, confidence हो तो ऐसा वरना छोड़ दो.
हाँ तो इतने जवान लोग हैं, इनको भी मौका देंगे ना. मैं अभी गिनती करके बताएंगे तो वो
तो घर जाके प्रैक्टिस करेंगे वो लोग.
नहीं, वो कर नहीं पाएंगे फिर.
Very nice. I like this uber high level of confidence, which is very good. I also want to focus, Minister, since you're here, and that was another big burning issue about whether there is inherent hypocrisy in the BJP's policy on the Northeast when it comes to food, when it comes, for example, to beef. Now, you proudly proclaim that you and your people eat beef, which is fantastic, no problem. But yet your party seems to have a big problem with anybody else eating beef, and many in your party-ruled states are being lynched because they dared to eat beef. How do you square this? Is this not hypocritical, Minister?
Actually, I feel that the less we discuss about this kind of food habits and other
But your
things.
party is discussing it. Who else is discussing it?
But unless media discusses it, it's not going to be.
People are
big
getting
subject.
lynched. We have to discuss it.
See, in a democratic country like India of this size, many people with different background, different level of thinking, different region, different practices, different customs, they have their own way of doing things and way of having an opinion. If you start comparing everything, then there will be a completely chaotic situation in the country. We believe in diversity, and diversity is the hallmark of Indian democracy. Diversity in the sense you have the right to have different opinion, different food habit, different culture, different ideology, different political parties. If we start picking up a statement and then creating a discussion out of it, then it will be totally unnecessary kind of a situation in the country.
Who's making these statements? Mamata Banerjee is not making those statements. Your own party leader are
So
making
don't
these
discuss it. No, think it is worthless subject, so don't discuss it.
Kaisi baat karo? When somebody is in the opposition, he's corrupt, take that statement and that allegation very seriously. When he joins us, then forget all about it. Similarly, if our party leader makes a statement which you don't agree with, don't discuss it.
What I'm saying is, discuss something which is beneficial to the country. Discard.
So why do your party leaders make these statements? Tell them it's not beneficial to the country.
So don't pick up the subject, no? You just ignore that particular statement that is good for the country.
No, that's the other thing Mamata Banerjee said over here.
There are so many good things to be discussed
Your party is obsessed
about.
with telling the media what to do and what not to do.
We don't dictate anything on the media. We don't.
In the years of this government that are still left, what are the other things you hope to be able to achieve when it comes to the Northeast? What can not just the people of Arunachal, but people all across our northeastern states look out for?
See, while answering this question, let me be very, very categorical. Northeast India and West Bengal. If you say East India, Jharkhand, Bihar, Orissa, whether it's a fault of the political leadership or the citizen, let us not go into this debate. But the fact remains, the East India is lagging far behind at this moment. Contrary to its status, it is the richest region. Kolkata was the richest city in India. Dibrugarh was the richest district in the country. The highest revenue paying district is not Mumbai, it was Dibrugarh. Till 60s. How did this, opposite transformation took place? How did this entire region lag behind? Whose fault was that? And I want to tell my people of West Bengal. West Bengal is the big sister of Northeast India and Eastern India. We are 7 sisters, including Sikkim 8. West Bengal is the gateway to Eastern India. Northeast is the richest region in the country.
But you know what Mamata Banerjee said yesterday?
Listen to me. Mamata Banerjee or anybody else, whoever has been given a mandate will run the state. That is not in my hand. My appeal is, if Bengal doesn't progress, the entire East India will not progress.
No, but I must ask you this question because you're one of the senior most Modi ministers to come here. Mamata Banerjee alleged yesterday from the same forum at the India Today Conclave East that multiple projects for West Bengal are being deliberately stalled by your government. She mentioned 2 ports for which she's been seeking permission. She says in Maharashtra there are 47 ports, whereas in West Bengal there are only 2. She's been seeking permission for 2 more. Your government's not helping her. Why?
Absolutely wrong allegation. If she has taken up a very confrontationalist attitude and then still blame the central government, it is unkind, unbecoming on her part. She's the Honorable Chief Minister of this state. She was close to us when she was the only member of parliament from Trinamool Congress. The left party did not even allow her to speak. I was the MP who rushed and protected her.
So you're saying that if she wants your help, so if she wants your help, she should join the NDA.
West Bengal is not the only big sister. Mamata Banerjee is also our Didi for me. I respect her a lot. The only thing what I'm saying is, if West Bengal do not progress, the entire East India and Northeast will not progress. Jharkhand, very rich minerally. Bihar, very fertile land. Odisha, rich in terms of mineral resources. Northeast, the most blessed land. The only water surplus region which is very rare. The forests, the mineral resources, the oil, gas, everything, what not, coal, uranium, everything we have. Still, if the region lags behind, it is a criminal on the part of the government and the people who are at the helm of the affairs not able to uplift the entire, this blessed region. I think I must compliment India Today for having this India Conclave East at Kolkata.
I look forward to the day we bring the India Today Mind Rocks to Arunachal Pradesh.
If you come, I will arrange everything for you. For India Today, I appreciate India Today for your bold, very balanced approach in everything. That's why I have agreed to come here and share this moment with you. For me, it's an honor to be invited, but I feel that I should call you towards more
we've
northeastern
been
side.
as far up to Guwahati,
or Itanagar, Kohima,
now we
Shillong.
need to go beyond that, Kohima and Itanagar.
And then I will take you to some of the snow-bound areas also. Then you can feel the beauty there.
We look forward to coming. You speak with a lot of passion about developing the Northeast. I hope very sincerely that passion translates into action on the ground. We don't just look east, but we act east and we unleash the true economic potential of our northeastern states. Minister Rijiju, I look forward to the push-up challenge that you'll have with Rajyavardhan Rathore. I'm thinking in my head right now, I wonder who wins. My odds are that he might win. So that's a challenge you have to take up. Let's see what happens. Thank you so much
I'm ready.
for joining us here.
Thank you so much.
Sir.
Thank you.